With the recent conflicts occurring due to border issues, I decided that maybe it's best if we made the borders the world. This world map will be based and maybe start with problems and solutions, but that's the sacrifice I'm willing to make. Now, let's start with Europe. Europe, quite possibly the most tense continent, with wars happening every decade or so. Europe needs some fixing, starting alphabetically with Azerbaijan. Now, due to some recent events involving Armenia, I will not mention the Republic of Artsakh. Going south, we arrive at the first change to the map, the creation of the
Talish Mugan Autonomous Republic,
which declared independence from Azerbaijan on June 21st, but was later annexed on August 23rd by Azerbaijan. The reason I'm bringing this back is to prevent the forced assimilation of Azerbaijan to preserve the Talish culture. Something similar to this is Lezgistan to the north, which is the Sadval movement, representative of the Lezgin people. Advocates for an independence due to the fact that Lezgin people couldn't develop their culture during Soviet rule due to Russification, in which I will give them independence. Don't feel too bad for Azerbaijan losing land as Sovietsm later. Moving on, we arrive in the Balkans, or more specifically, Bosnia, where there are two main issues: ethnic groups, and most importantly, coastline. First, we give the Republika Srpska to Serbia, obviously. Then we give Croatian majority areas to Croatia, except this Bosniak majority area, which would receive autonomous status from Croatia. The remainder would be given to an independent Bosniak state, but we still need to solve that pesky coastline problem. Easy fix, well, just give these parts of Croatia to Bosnia and Serbia to ensure that everyone gets access to the sea. Jumping over to Cyprus, we solve the problem with the two de facto countries, the Republic of Cyprus and the Republic of Northern Cyprus. Easy fix, we just draw the border along the United Nations, DMZ. Transitioning to Denmark, we give the Faroe Islands independence, and for now, we'll skip Greenland until we arrive in North America. Next, there's France, where among many separatist movements, there's only one that actually has gotten some steam, and that's North Catalonia. Political parties calling for the independence or unification with Catalonia proper have won seats in parliaments of France and the EU. Although France is not doing anything necessarily bad to North Catalonia, it's more or less giving a sense of civil nationalism. Thus, I give North Catalonia independence for now. Going to the Caucasus once again, we arrive in Georgia, where there's two issues occurring: South Ossetia and
Republic of Abkhazia.
These two self-declared countries are de facto independent and broke away during the collapse of the Soviet Union and the Georgian Civil War. In this perfect world scenario, we'll just give them independence to ensure that no more wars will happen and to essentially not change the Caucasus. Coming back to the Balkans, we arrived in Kosovo. A hot take I have is that Kosovo should be divided along ethnic lines between an Albanian majority and Serb majority to the north, ensuring no wars between Serbia and Albania in the future. Next, we traveled east to Moldova, where there's once again another self-declared country. The Pridnestrovy Moldovan Republic, or more commonly known as Transnistria. Transnistria is internationally recognized as part of Moldova, as the Transnistrian government has de facto control over the region. To fix this problem, I was thinking about giving it to Ukraine, as the majority of the population is Ukrainian and Russian, but due to the recent events in Ukraine, it would be best just to get an independence and hopefully it'll fix the democracy. Crossing the Moldovan border, we arrive in Romania, where we could just reunite Moldova and Romania. But this proposal is only for drastic measures that would threaten Moldova's security. But in this perfect world scenario, there wouldn't be a need to reunite the two countries into one. So for now, just keep the separate entities. But to continue with Romania, there's a significant Hungarian minority in the country. Now this would all be well and good if they had an autonomous region, but in parts bordering Hungary, there is none. Where I'll extend just the Hungarian border eastward a little bit, but remember that one part dead center of Romania? Yeah, that's the only area that has an autonomous. Even there are political parties and advocacy groups calling for the independence or even unification with Hungary. Now, these groups stretch from the moderate civil nationalists to the far right, so to decide Romania's fate, it's up to the dice. Oh, hey, what do you know? They get independence. Moving on. Remember when we gave Serbia almost all of...
Bosnia-Herzegovina.
Yeah, it was time to pay the price for the most nastiest border in all of human history. Finally, we got the prominently Hungarian-speaking parts of Vojvodina to Hungary. Secondly, we give Sandzak independence because of the prominent Bosniak minority in the area. Almost done with Europe, we travel to Iberia to divide Spain. Why should we divide Spain? Because Spain is a pain and pain is bread. Starting off, we reunite Catalonia proper with French Catalonia, as the majority of Catalan population has voted for independence. Another thing connected to this is the Basque Country, which suffers from the same problem with the vast majority wanting independence. And then finally, in this wonderful journey, the Scottish independence.